I see what old chaps and chappets, Game Chap and Bertie here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, fellows, and I dare say to you now, we are discussing here the top 7 censored things in Nintendo games, and these are mainly from Mario, and there's a few bonus ones in there too, you know.
Right, okay, yes, so Nintendo, things that they censored in games. So they've just taken it from, it's been in a game somewhere in the world.
Perhaps in the Japanese version, or an early version of the game, or whatever.
Yes, and then they've just said, but they're not having it, censor the thing.
Well, indeed. Now, of course, this is not just in recent times, these are also some retro titles in the list here, and I believe we'll start straight in here with Wario's beer mugs, old chap.
Yes, now, Wario's beer mugs.
Oh, yes.
Now, is it really that bad that Wario's got a beer mug?
Well, let's just have a little background
he looks like
here.
the sort of guy that drinks beer, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't drink beer, he eats garlic, old chap. But anyway, Wario's
I didn't say he looks like it, though.
In a Wario Land game, ladies and gentlemen, I have to advise you that penguins in the Japanese version of that game threw beer mugs at Wario. Now, please understand, when a beer mug collides with Wario in the Japanese version of this game, it turns Wario into drunk Wario. He starts staggering around, completely tanked up, and as drunk as a fish.
Okay, so what's happening here then is we've got Wario starts off okay.
Yes.
The old penguins whack the old
the
beer mugs at them, and each one that hits him, he becomes slowly but surely more drunk.
No, he gets turned straight away into a drunken, staggering lout, basically, more so than he already is.
So he's staggering around drunk, and then,
yes.
and then this was in the Japanese version?
In the Japanese version. Right. Now, in the Western release, Nintendo of America got hold of that and they said, excuse me, no thank you very much, and they changed it so that penguins now throw balls at Wario. Yes, that's right, they actually throw balls, not beer mugs, and it turns him into crazy Wario, you'll see. Right. Not drunken Wario, it's still the same sprite, he still does exactly the same things, he just becomes crazy instead of drunken. Censored!
So hang on, wait a minute. So they said, right, okay, it's a bit... We can't really have that, they've said. We don't want people going around thinking that, we're all getting drunk. We don't want to be associated with it.
Nope.
So they said that we put nice throw balls instead. It's nice. But the thing is, though, haven't they really said, okay, well, look, we don't do that over here. You Japanese are just a load of drunken louts.
Well, exactly.
You see, haven't they insulted the Japanese over this?
It's like they're saying that. And also, have you actually stopped to consider why does a penguin throwing a bowling ball or some kind of ball at Wario turn him into crazy Wario? I mean, in real life, if someone hits you with a bowling ball, you'd fall over usually, wouldn't you? You'd be in hospital, I say.
You would really.
Not crazy.
So therefore...
Well, it might be crazy, I suppose.
They thought the whole drinking thing, beer thing, they said, can't have that over here. So they got a great big band hammer and just banned it.
That's right. Now, we're moving on, fellows, to the next one on our list here, which applies mainly, actually, to the UK version of this game. It is, in fact, Mario Party 8. Now, I'm going to read you a quote from this game, from one of the characters who appears in the game, being Kamek, the blue-hatted wizard.
Oh, yes, I know, yes.
Nasty fellow. He said, Magic Cooper Magic, turn the train spastic, make this ticket tragic. Now, what's wrong with what I just said?
Wait, hang on. Magic Cooper Magic.
Yes?
Turn the train spastic.
Stop right there. Hold on. You can't say that over here. It's a bad word, you'll see. Now, I understand perhaps our viewers abroad may not understand why spastic is a bad word, but in the UK, it is a derogatory term which refers to people who have some kind of disability, you'll see. So, in this case, the appearance of the word spastic... Well,
it can be, yes.
It can be. The appearance of the word spastic in the game was actually an unintended, very offensive, potentially word that had to be censored.
Well, exactly. It's been used in the UK as an offensive word.
Exactly.
It has been, the word itself has been.
Now, I don't think they meant to insult people by saying spastic in the game here. I think actually they were trying to rhyme with magic and tragic, and they said, well, what rhymes with that? Spastic. But unfortunately, you can't say that over here. It just doesn't, it's not...
Well, why can't they say turn the train elastic?
Well, exactly. Or erratic. Now, actually, they changed it in the subsequent patch to say turn the train erratic.
Turn the train erratic, make this tricky.
Why didn't they do that to start with, old boy?
I don't know, maybe
honestly.
They just came up with that. Look, maybe they just said, we need a word that rhymes with magic. They said, I don't know. And they just come, spastic. They didn't even know what it meant, maybe.
A bit of a poor choice of judgment, perhaps. Now,
okay, so they banned that, did they?
We move on to the game Super Mario RPG. Now, actually, you wouldn't believe something was censored in that game, but it was.
Ah, yes. Now, Super Mario RPG, as you quite rightly said.
Yes.
Now, in this, Bowser makes a gesture.
A gesture?
He makes a gesture, but not a gesture sort of, reaching out to someone sort of thing. It's a gesture with his arms, actually.
Oh, right.
A bit of a sort of an arm pump gesture there.
But not a friendly one.
Yes. No.
To be absolutely clear, could you describe the gesture for us, old chap?
Well, he sort of puts his arm across his sort of front sort of thing with one arm,
yes.
With the left arm, as it were, and the right arm sort of comes up like that, boop, up up there as well.
Oh,
see?
it's that
and,
gesture.
You know,
Yes.
it's sort of well, certainly over here, it can be thought that means sort of up yours.
Oh, well,
sort of thing, you
it's
know?
basically the only slightly nicer version of the middle finger gesture, isn't it?
It is really
And-
slightly better.
and
it's a bit
Bowser-
more refined for those who perhaps a bit upper class.
Yes.
You know.
Or the Continentals, I think, old chap.
Yes.
But that particular fellow in that game did indeed do the offensive arm pump gesture upon winning a battle. So if he was in your party and you defeated the enemy, Bowser would give them the old arm pump. So
What is this? I mean, it's not that out of place, is
I
it
mean,
really? He's
really.
not saying to the other guy, well, yeah, look, I've won. See?
Exactamundo. Now,
they didn't like it.
That was replaced in the US with, as I recall, a double fist pump gesture using both hands as if to say, ha, I won. But not quite, you know, up yours. It's
Right.
not really cricket, really, is it?
So they said-
So, what do we say? Censored!
Censored, that was censored, they set up yours. No, they did, they set up yours to the whole idea, I think, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I believe they said we've upped our standards, so up yours too.
I think they said something like that, yes. they did.
Now, we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the next game in our list. This one, as we said, is not a Mario game. This is, in fact, a Zelda game. Okay?
Zelda, yes,
Ocarina of Time. Now, in
yes.
the game Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, as you may recall, there's a fire temple where you have to beat the fire dragon and help your friend Darunia, etc., and so forth. Now,
Yes.
in the first version of Zelda Ocarina of Time,
Yes.
there were, in fact, Islamic chants in the music of the fire temple that sounded rather like prayer at a mosque.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
So now, what they've done there, then, they've done the old Zelda temple, thought they put in some chanting.
Yes.
And instead of just having random chanting,
That's
of
right.
just someone just sitting there, oh, yeah, something like this or whatever.
Well, yes.
So they decided to include Islamic, beg your pardon, Islamic
Prayer
chanting.
chants, that's right.
You see, and so they said, look, we'll have to ban it. Now, which version was this in, and which one did they ban it from? Do you know?
I believe this was in the 1.0 version
Ah.
of the game, and also there were crescent and star symbols that remind one rather of Islam also in that version of the game, which were again removed because Nintendo of America removed such things as religious references from the games over here. Now, what's interesting to note actually is what they did. They replaced the Islamic chants, which actually did match the music, with a kind of a grumbling, if you will. Now, obviously, the original Japanese composer has taken those chants and matched them and composed the melody based upon them. So when they tried to take the chants out, it actually ruined the musical effect, I think. So that's quite something interesting of note there. Once again, censored old boy.
So they censored that because they thought they didn't want to upset people religiously.
Exactly.
Maybe they should have thought of that before they put the thing out. I mean, it's pretty obvious, really, I suppose.
A bit like the spastic reference, that's right.
Exactly.
Now, also, we move on to Super Mario Kart. Now, what happens in Super Mario Kart when you win the race, old chap?
Yes. Now, when you win the race, everyone gets happy.
Oh, do they?
Sort of thing, yes.
Oh, well, I suppose they do. No, at the end of the Grand Prix, what happens, old boy?
Yes. Well, now, what happens in this particular version, or in the Japanese version, can I tell them that?
Japanese version, yes.
Right, okay. Now, Bowser and Peach start drinking champagne.
They start chugging down the champagne, do they, the old champers?
Yes, popping the old corks, and down they go.
Down the hatch.
Down the hatch for the old champagne. And this is the Japanese version, and Peach actually, she gets a bit tipsy, a bit drunk.
Peach is drunk?
Gets a bit drunk on the old champers.
Really? I
Yes.
think Princess Daisy might get drunk, but I can't see Princess Peach getting drunk, old chap, honestly.
Well, apparently this does
But
happen.
she did all the same, indeed. Now, in the American version, they simply take the champagne bottles and throw them up and down in the air, you'll see. They don't
see.
actually get drunk. And if you look at the sprite in the Japanese version, Bowser really goes for it. He chugs down that champagne like crazy, old boy.
Right, so what they've got then,
Yes.
so they've got at the end, they're celebrating drinking the old champagne.
Yes.
And they come in with a hammer and just bang that and says, we can't have that here.
They said, censored!
Instead, we're just going to have him. What does he do instead?
He throws the champagne bottle up and down.
He throws the champagne bottle up and down. Now, I'm presuming, I'm trying to get my head around this, I suppose they banned it because they didn't want people who were playing the game, perhaps they thought it was kiddies or something playing the game, to relate that to drinking.
No.
But now they've shown them with a bottle of champagne, sort of throwing it up and down. So isn't that encouraging them to go and get champagne in the house or in a shop or something and just shake it all up like that and throw it up and down and wind everyone up so when they open it, the whole thing blows up?
Well, exactly. It's
I
not,
mean, so surely it's worse, isn't it?
It's not very health and safety minded, is it, old chap, really? I mean, if you get a champagne bottle and you go shaky, shaky, throwy, throwy, it's going to blow up on you, old chap.
So what about when they win the Grand Prix and all the rest of it, and they get your champers at the end, and they they sort of spray it everywhere?
You're only supposed to spread. You're not supposed to drink it, old boy.
Look, kiddies, shouldn't it come on the screen at then? Stop after just he wins. He's just about to pop the short champagne cork. He says, right, hang on, no, all children, please leave the room now. Please, we're about to pop the champagne cork.
Don't you get the champagne?
I mean, not the champagne. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. The drink,
fruit juice.
the drinking. No, not drinks. I mean, the liquid that you consume, Paul. cork. It's all in the mess, you know.
What you do is you get the champagne and you find the nearest lady, you know, those sort of those race ladies who wear white, and you sort of spray the champagne at them, old chap.
Do you?
I think so.
I'd rather not go there, actually.
Anyway,
Leave that one, I think.
now,
yes.
We'll move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the game Xenoblade Chronicles X. And since we are speaking of ladies, we'll talk about this game now. And I'm going to say one word, old boy. One word, in fact.
Go on then.
Boobs.
Boobs? My goodness me, you didn't say that.
I said it.
My word.
Now, I had to say that word.
Recover a little bit from that.
Because this particular item of censorship refers to them.
It does indeed. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles X, you may know that game, you may have played it or whatever, and in it you can sort of choose which character you want to be. You can be male or female.
You can make your character, can't you?
Yes, you can make your character, you can make the faces and all sorts of things, and you can shape your character, put on clothes and all sorts you like to do. But also, on the ladies, you can also adjust their, shall we say, proportions.
Their volume.
Just down to the basics of it, you can adjust the size of their boobs. You see,
right.
Either up or down.
So if you like to have, how can I say this? If you like, barrel-chested ladies, that didn't come out right, but anyway, yes, if you like ladies who are a bit top-heavy, you can have that in the Japanese version, and if you prefer flatties and washboards, you can have that too.
Yes, washboards? Flatties?
Washboards, yes.
Right, okay, well I suppose someone does.
Flatties and board, you know, I'm just saying it varies. Some people like large,
excuse me, wait a minute,
some people like big, you know...
Yes, mate, we're trying to explain. But anyway...
Bouncy...
Xenoblade, what they did with this, they said, right, okay, they got it over here, that was the Japanese version, and over here they said, we are taking that out. No boob slider, and they just pulled it straight out.
They said, censored, no boob slider for you.
You can't, and the thing is, you might say to yourself, well hang on, does that mean the girls don't even have boobs then? They're just flat chesties, they just look like men, but no, they've still got boobs. They've still got these little bumps things, but you just can't adjust them up and down.
Now, just a moment, if there are any ladies listening to this particular broadcast, which I'm sure there may be, we're not saying that they're small. We're not trying to say that we disapprove of them or anything like that. We're just simply saying
I told you, you got wrong with this one, you've gone off, just stop it.
We're not trying to say that it's bad to have a chest of a certain size. What we are saying is we should be allowed to have all the features from the Japanese version in the game. And Nintendo have said, no, we're not going to let you do that.
Well, the thing, you see, they banned it. Yes. But the thing is, people know it was there.
That's right.
They know it was there.
It caused quite a stir, I have to say.
And the thing is, you see, I mean, is it really saying... I mean, are they insulting women with this?
I think they are.
You go down the street, you see women. I mean, not that you're looking sort of thing, but everybody knows that ladies and girls in general, they have different sized chests. Well, so is it not right to say, well, that one, they're not all going to be the same, obviously? Is it an insult to women to say, look, well, no, we don't want to focus on those horrible things?
Let's just imagine.
And the size that they've set them at as well. Just think of the size they've set them at in the actual game.
Let's just imagine.
In the revised version. Not saying that size is insultive to other women who have bigger or smaller boobs.
Let's just say a lady wants to depict herself in Xenoblade Chronicles X, and she happens to have a small breast, perhaps a flat chest type effect, and she wants to depict that on her character. She can't because the feature's been taken away by the chaps. Exactly. Let's say you have a very large-breasted, busty sort of lady, comes along and wants to play the game. She also can't depict herself in that game. So basically, they're saying, look, ladies, if you want to play this game, you're going to have a medium-sized chest or clear off.
What? My word, what an insult.
Well,
anyway, for that one. We went over that one, didn't we?
The final entry on our list here, ladies and gentlemen, moving swiftly along, is in fact the reference to a character from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, or Punch-Out if you prefer.
Yes.
This character was originally from Russia. In fact, he still is from Russia. His name in the Japanese or the earliest versions of the game was Vodka Drunkensky.
Now, just think about that. This is the Japanese
Vodka Drunkensky.
Now, everyone out there with even half a brain can see straight away, Vodka Drunkensky.
Now, what's wrong with that name? I mean, it's...
Well, the first part...
I can see a couple of things wrong with it.
Yes, it's Vodka Drunkensky. Now, I presume from this we get the image of some chap there that is sort of rolling about the floor, completely inebriated sort of thing.
Exactly, after having consumed too much vodka. Now, of course, the Nintendo chaps once again said, they're clapping their hands saying, censored, no, and they changed his name to Soda Popinski.
I've got a bit of an issue with that.
And
here it is. Okay, I know what they're saying, well, the kids don't want... Don't say vodka in front of all the kiddies or all the people out there, because vodka, Drunkensky, we don't want a load of kids there, sort of sit there guzzling the vodka back and all the rest of it.
Can you imagine children playing Punch-Out and saying, oh, I'm such a fanboy of vodka Drunkensky, I'm going to go and buy this moment to buy 10 litres of vodka and knock the whole lot thing on go.
Well, yes, I think we got that, but the thing is that what instead they said, we're going to change to Soda Popinski. Now, hang on a minute. I mean, what about all the sugar? Isn't there supposed to be 500 cups of sugar in every can of soda or something. I
Well-
mean, and now they say, well, look, the poor kid's going to go out now. He's not going to have vodka. He's going to go out. He thinks, okay, soda Popinski's in the game. That's okay. I'm going to go out and drink, 500 gallons of soda because it's okay, the game's in. And then all his teeth fall out and he spends the rest of his life in a dentist.
And what's more, Soda Popinski in this game, actually, he clearly acts drunk in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. He acts inebriated and very much not in his sober senses. How could you get drunk on soda pop? Tell me that! Answer me that! How do you get drunk on soda pop?
Well, you don't. I don't think it's the sugar that eventually gets you, I suppose. After having 2 or 3 cans, you've got sort of, 10 kilos of sugar just going washing around inside. Just change your mad.
Right. So we've got bowling balls that turn you crazy instead of putting you in the hospital. Trains that are going erratic instead of spastic. Bowser telling people, up yours.
Yes.
Very nice of him. The Islamic chanting in Zelda, which actually sounded musical. The Peach and Bowser glugging back champagne and getting completely inebriated in Super Mario Kart. No boobs for use in Xenoblade. And of course, Vodka Drunkinski changed to soda pop. Bloody soda pop.
Vodka Drunkinski changed to soda pop. So there we are.
I've never heard the likes of it, ladies and gentlemen.
They're the things that they've censored. Who knows what the future will bring with censoring? But the thing is, some of these censorings just seem silly to me.
Sometimes, perhaps I think the censors can go a little too far, and I think you have to ask yourself where you need to draw the line is where you're starting to actually affect the gameplay and the enjoyability of the gameplay in the name of some kind of censoring. I think after a certain point, it's like, taking a masterpiece by some foreign painter and slapping your own paint all over it and saying, that's better, I fixed up that horrible bit, and perhaps painting over the movies and things, that kind of thing.
Well, exactly.
It's
I mean,
a little bit of disrespect, I think, for the original work there.
Well, exactly. There could be. I mean, what do you chaps and chappets and general people out there think? I mean, is this censoring mark? Should they just, is it going too far? Should they not do it? Should they take it even a step further and censor everything? I mean, do you think it's just silly?
Well, I can tell you one particular group of people who don't necessarily approve of the censorship, and that's the Japanese themselves, because actually it was revealed lately that the game, yes, I know, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball 3 won't be coming to the West because they said we're not releasing it over there, but if you do want it, you can have English subtitled versions which you can import from Japan. So perhaps the Japanese themselves are starting to say, well, there's no point releasing it over there, they'll just censor the jolly thing.
Well, who knows? But there we are. I mean, censoring everywhere. Maybe.
There you are, Fidel. Censors everywhere. This has been Game Chef and Bertie bringing you a censorship video game. Thank you most kindly for doing as I say.
Well, thank you.
Once more than I outing my word.
Oh, yes, we do.